Hello there, my lovelies. Welcome back to Spiritual Stuff and Fluff, the podcast where we get real about the magical, the mystical, and the downright messy side of this whole spiritual awakening roller coaster. Today we're talking about a spicy little question. Is spirituality totally overused now? Like, has it become the new soy latte? Trendy, comforting, on every corner. And sometimes it's kind of bland if it's not made right. Well, let's unpack this with some love, some sass, and a little bit of incense. So, firstly, the rise of spirituality, everything, spiritual everything. Yes, spirituality is everywhere right now. Everyone and the dog is a light worker. Your coffee server pulls tarot. Your accountants and angel numbers. Your ex is suddenly doing shadow work with crystals from Amazon. And listen, I'm not mad about it. The world needs more connection, more depth, more meaning. And we've been dry AF, not going to swear, on the soul side of things for way too long. But here's where it gets a little bit sticky. Do you really think that it's, buzzword burnout is real? Because words like alignment, soul, vibration, manifestation get tossed around like spiritual confetti. Pretty, but kind of empty if you're not actually grounded in what they actually mean. It's like putting organic on a chocolate bar and pretending that it's health food, isn't it? Cute idea, but it's still sugar. Definitely is. So yes, the word spirituality is overused, but maybe the problem isn't the word, it's how shallow we sometimes go with it. Why? Why is everyone diving into spirituality? Why are people obsessed or seem to be obsessed with all things spiritual right now? It's not just a trend, it's a symptom. We are burnout, disconnected, bombarded by noise 24/7. We're craving something real, something inner, something that makes us feel like we matter in this mad, mad world. Spirituality gives people permission to ask the questions like, who am I really? Why am I here? Is there more than just bills, burnout, and awkward small talk at work? It can be a get out clause for someone. I hear relationships breaking down. And one excuse I've heard a lot, and I've seen a lot on Facebook lately. I'm not ready to be in this relationship at the moment. I don't want to be in it. I need to find myself. I need to find out who I am. So is it overused? It's no surprise in that, during times of chaos, global pandemics, existential dread, Mercury retrograde level things, stuff, people look up, look inward and say, all right, universe, what the actual is going on? I should have said fluff there, shouldn't I? What the actual fluff is going on? So no, it's not bad that people are jumping on the spiritual trail. It's that some are jumping on it like it's a TikTok trend and forgetting that it's a lifelong journey, not a 30-day vibe challenge. So let's get controversial here. Is the spiritual world real? Is it actually real? My answer is yes for me. It's realer than reality TV. The longer answer is it's personal. And it's okay if someone else doesn't believe it. You don't have to say spirits here, guides, or channel your higher self during your morning coffee to be spiritual. You can find spirit in music, in nature, in that weird moment of synchronicity when you just knew something. Some people call it God, others call it source, or the universe, or that feeling that I got during the breath work that made me ugly cry. And some people just call it that inner love. So spirituality isn't about proving the invisible. It's about that feeling. It's in your bones, in your gut, in those whispers that you just can't explain. So if you've had moments that felt magical, but you can't prove them, guess what? You're in the club. So do you have to be spiritual? Nope. Next question. But seriously, spirituality, it isn't a moral obligation. You don't have to do energy healing or sage your house or chant under the full moon or run round barefoot at midnight, unless you want to. And if you do, then let me know and I'll be there with me wine and me moon water. So some people find meaning in prayer, others find it in painting, parenting, coding an app that helps people find their soulmate based on star signs. Whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat. So spirituality, it isn't a uniform. It's not a trend that you have to wear to fit in. It's a deeply personal, often messy, real journey back to self, and something else I want to mention is religion versus spirituality. So I want to just touch on this to make it clear is what I can be. Religion and spirituality, same umbrella, but different vibes. Religion's like a group tour. There's a map, there's a guide, there's a structure. There may even be some nice coffee if it's a good group with a little bit of cake. I like cake. Spirituality, it's a solo backpacking trip through the jungle with no signal and the occasional mystical monkey encounter. Some people need the community and guidance that religion offers. Others want to wander and find their own meaning. Neither's better, and both can be meaningful. It's not about what path that you're on. It's about whether it brings you closer to who you truly are. Who you truly are. And I also want to mention, people wonder how to actually be more spiritual. So you might be thinking, all right, I get it. But how do I actually become more spiritual without feeling like a fraud or needing a Reiki certification and a Himalayan salt lamp in every room? I've got you and you're not alone. Here's the thing. Being spiritual, it isn't about what you do. It's about how you be. You could do all the rituals in the world, but if you're still judging yourself harshly, if you're still ignoring your intuition and not listening to your spirit or your soul, or saying yes when your soul screams no, well, there's some realignment to do. So here's a few cheeky but powerful ways to start being more spiritual. Listen to your inner whispers. that gut feeling, that random urge to take a different path, make a different choice, not go with the norm, that no feeling about a person or a project. That's spiritual AF. Start honoring it. Start listening to it. Your intuition is basically your soul. Google Maps. So stop ignoring the route. Make peace for silence. You know, even 5 minutes of silence or sitting in silence, even if that means locking yourself in the bathroom away from kids, away from partners, friends, family, whoever, for 5 minutes. Do it. You know, you just need, you know, to reconnect with your something deeper. You don't need a 10-day silent retreat. You just need a moment to hear your own self think. Be kind, but don't be a doormat. Spirituality does not mean becoming a fluffy peace fairy who lets everyone walk all over you. It's learning to lead with compassion, boundaries, big goddess energy only, and feel your feelings. Don't bypass them. Stop slapping love and light on your rage and calling it growth. Read, you know, real spirituality is shadow work. It's ugly crying. It's truth telling and learning to love even the messy parts of yourself. It's holding yourself accountable. You know, you can infuse spirit or spirituality into your everyday. Light a candle before emails. Talk to your guides or your higher self while washing the dishes. Dance like a lunatic between calls, between friend meetings, between, you know, client calls or anything. It's not about escaping real life. It's about bringing your soul into it. So no, you don't need to be a Pinterest-worthy altar. Just a willingness to show up, feel more, trust more, and tune in. Plain and simple as that. Plain and simple. So, has spirituality been overused? Maybe. But the need for it, there's never been anything more real. And just remember, you don't need to post about your third eye to be spiritual. You don't need a guru. You don't need to buy a whole crystal shop to be aligned. You just need to feel the call and follow it in your own weird and wonderful way. Now, if this has tickled your soul or mildly triggered your ego, you can tell me in the comments. Drop a comment. Like the post, might like the video. And if you would be so kind in your own spiritual way to subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. I'd be so grateful. I'd be so appreciative. So hopefully, you know, tell me in the comments, what does spirituality mean to you? What does it mean to you? You know, what do you think about spirituality? You know, what are your deepest thoughts on it? Your imaginings? Drop them in the comments. And I'll say, hopefully, see you soon. Bye for now.